Okay, so Civic update. If you watched the channel previously or whatever, you kind of might know that, well, you haven't seen the Civic in a while. And so it's because the harmonic balancer failed on the car. Now, how does a harmonic balancer fail? I didn't really know this was even something that happened, but it is, and this is the first time it happened to me. And I'll show you guys in just a few minutes what happened to the harmonic balancer as soon as I get it off this car. But getting it off the car can be kind of tricky. It's just one bolt, but that bolt is a bear. So let's check it out, what my setup is, and let's see if we can actually get it broken loose to break loose. Let's see if we can get the bolt loose and get that thing off there. So hey, mini bike, that's cool. So my setup, yeah, so this is my setup right here. So I got, here, let's extend, there we go. See that? So this is locked in, this is a tool, locks into this. It's 50 millimeters, I think. Anyway, it locks in pretty good. I have another tool hooked to that tool that is now gonna bind up against the lower control arm there. Hopefully it's gonna stop it from spinning. And then coming out, I have extension. This is set up on this here, and that's like solid steel pipe on top of that. And I have a backup, another pipe, just in case I need even more torque, leverage, whatever. Just need a little help, because I'm only 170 pounds-ish, give or take. And yeah, so I know that I can't get this thing off just a breaker bar, and the impacts I have just they're not gonna work. So let's see if this will work, and then we'll get it off, and then I'll show you what happened, which kind of threw me for a loop for a minute when it first happened. But yeah, so anyway, all right, let's get it. Do this, guys. So we got the bolt out with that long, with this long extension. Right here, no problem. So anyway, so now I'm gonna get in there and see, this was this setup here. We'll see if we can unbind that. Let's see if we can take this out. I think I should be able to turn it. There we go. This should technically, it'll come off. I gotta take the belts off. So to take the belts off, and then we'll pull the pulley off, keep the keyway because the new pulley doesn't have a keyway, and yeah, we'll take a look at it, see what happened to my car. All right, comes right out when you take the belts off. So you just pull it off, and the keyway comes out. You want to keep that, but I just want to also make a note of this. This is the tool that I used to hold this steady while I loosened it, and also it's going to be very handy to when I torque it back on, when I put the new one on. So just I'll probably leave a link in the description of that. Just make sure that you actually need the 50 millimeter for my D16Z6. That's what I needed. So but that's a pretty cool tool, right? So what happened to this, see if we can see. So it is can you see the cant there from the inner pulley there to the outer pulley? It is not straight. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Let's look at the back. This is a better illustration of what's going on. See how that's separated? So essentially it's separated. See how it's flush right there on the new one? Right there. So there's a piece of rubber in here, and the inner piece, rubber, and then outer piece. And I guess that's to dampen the vibrations or whatever, but apparently it can separate. And I'm gonna attribute this to age. The D16 in here, you know, 30-year-old engine or more, so that's probably got a lot to do with it. I've never seen this problem before. Some of you may have, maybe some people with more shop experience, like as you know, like professional mechanics and stuff. But I've owned a lot of D16 cars, D15 cars, basically D series and B series cars. Never seen this happen. So I don't know if this is just age. Maybe if you're still running these engines, this could end up being a thing that starts happening, because that's just, the rubber is just either just giving out or drying out, or you know, hardening or whatever. But anyway, yeah, it threw me for a loop for a few minutes when I was, you know, putting that belt in. But anyway, we're gonna put this back on. I'm not gonna make you watch that. Very simple, just gonna put it on, use that tool to hold it in place, torque it down, and put the belts back on, and the car will be back on the road. So we'll have the Civic for Civic content, which primarily like POV drives. I kind of want to do some more of those. We'll go explore some interesting parts of maybe Raleigh, Durham, or if there's a place you want me to go drive and explore, or just on the ground explore, I'd love to add to the list and do more videos like that in the future. So one little note is the D16Z6 in this car is a bit worn out. It's smoking a little bit at higher RPMs, and it's puffing a little bit when you start it. Sometimes it needs valve stem seals, but it also needs rings. I could probably refresh it, just you know, just honing the cylinders, new rings, and you know, just do the top end with the valve stem seals and everything. It'd probably be good for a while. But I am looking for solutions, maybe more long-term solutions down the road, what we're going to actually do with this car, whether that be a K swap, a B swap, or find another D16 and then rebuild this, and then, you know what I mean, just keep it single cam. So weigh in the options. Everything's going to be weighed in with the budget and all that different stuff, because, you know, my family's growing, and so it's not really a priority to make this like the super coolest car in the world. It's a tool. It's I use it to make money, and also use it to explore and do all this other stuff, but primarily it's going to help me make money faster than the Pontiac, because Pontiac's getting maximum 24 miles to the gallon. This is getting maximum 40 miles to the gallon, which brings another point up. Oh, actually over 40, because one time on the way to Piedmont I was able to get 42, so that was highway miles, 42, and I had Muscle's extra drift spares in the back, so a little extra weight there and all the tools, so I was able to get 42 miles to the gallon. And so that's something I want to talk about a little bit here in the future. I had mentioned in a previous video that I was going to talk about the 100 miles per hour or miles per gallon car that was made, and so we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into a Civic that got over 50 miles to the gallon from the factory in the early 90s. So, and it just baffles me that they haven't been able to make a simpler car that was more reliable, more fixable, and more efficient. And I think they can. I just think they're not, right? So that's what we're getting at. But we're going to talk about that in the future here, coming up soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about the engine swaps or like options for the Civic, and then also, yeah, anything having to do with those efficient cars, things like that. There's a lot of diesels out there that are actually really good on gas, but we're not allowed to have them here in the United States, which is very interesting. I did not know that, so we're going to discuss that going forward. But I just wanted to update you. Just wanted to show you what happened to me, to my crankshaft pulley, because I told you I would. And yeah, so also, should we do some work on the mini bike? I know it needs a clutch, so I'm thinking about doing a clutch, thinking about picking up an exhaust, maybe an intake, and just doing everything we can with this stock engine. It's like a 97cc, super slow but super cool to just scoot around on, and we could probably make it sound good, and maybe make it look good. Maybe we'll do some stuff. So let me know if you want to see that. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. It's gonna be all for the rest of the day. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, I'm out.